How many of you have been waiting for Yae Miko? Well, to me, I've been looking forward to Yae Miko ever since I saw her face show in Inazuma, and this video I'm going to give you some guide on how to use Yae Miko. Okay, first, let's look at her normal and charge attack. Her normal attack is nothing special, and we usually not using her normal attack, but her charge attack is a bit different compared to other Catalyst character. Her charge attack has big AoE, and it is possible to hit 2 times if the monster is big enough. But her charge attack is a little bit slower compared to other Catalyst user. I would say use it at the right time might help you to deal more damage, but to me the main reason to not use her normal attack is because the range is way too short. So if you ask me to use her charge attack to deal damage, I'll probably say no man, I'd rather use her elemental skill or switch a character to use the elemental skill instead of use her charge attack. Yeah, because we should focus on elemental skill and elemental burst for Yae Miko. So the next one is her core talent. Why I say this is her core talent because her constellation are focusing on her elemental skill. So I say her elemental skill is a core talent. So to make it short, this skill has maximum of 3 charges, maximum 3 of them on the field, and each of them lasts for 14 seconds, and each charges have 4-second cooldown. So for every 2 seconds, it will strike electro attack at random target. Based on how many Seishou Sakura you have on the field, it will strike the amount of Seishou Sakura on the field. So for example, if you have 1 Seishou Sakura on the field, it will strike 1 time, but if you have 3, then it will strike 3 times for every 2 seconds. And then a summoned Seishou Sakura have level. It is also based on the Sakura on the field. So 1 Seishou Sakura equal to 1 level, and 2 Seishou Sakura means you have 2 level, and 3 Seishou Sakura means you have level 3 Seishou Sakura on the field. So remember to always have 3 Seishou Sakura on the field, because the higher the Seishou Sakura on the field can deal higher damage, and it have more strike damage. So, and I tried to test the range with other method in Inazuma, and I think the range of her elemental skill are quite big enough. You actually no need to go for Constellation 2. It is big enough for Constellation 0. It's big enough. And then the last thing about her elemental skill is, yeah, you know, right? You have 3 free dodge without pressing your shift or right click. So the next one is her elemental burst. Her elemental burst can deal a big amount of damage if you have 3 Seishou Sakuras on the field. And please remember that the extra 3 strike is follow how many Seishou Sakura you have on the field. So for example, if you only have 1 Seishou Sakura on the field, then you only will get 1 extra strike from your elemental burst. If you have 3, then you will have extra 3 elemental burst strike from your elemental burst. The extra strike after the initial hit will always hit where your initial strike hits. Okay? So if your initial strike kill the monster in that area, it won't auto target to any other monster. So for her combo mechanic, it is actually quite easy as long as you remember to use your elemental skill after you use her elemental burst. Is fine already. Why? Because of her passive talent 1. Her passive talent 1 help her elemental skill cool down instantly after you use her elemental burst. So, and then for her artifacts, it is better to use 2 set gladiators and 2 set Shimenawa, or if you want to use 2 set electro damage, it's also fine. So for example, you want to use 2 set gladiator and 2 set electro damage, it's also fine. Whichever you want to use, they are fine. So because the damage difference is not big, or if you can use 4 energy recharge sets, this set is only for you to focus on her burst damage. So for example, the Sand and Goblet, just use normal stat like attack and electro damage. There's no need to use elemental mastery to focus on her passive talent 2. The stat given from attack Sand will be higher than elemental mastery. So for weapon, Kagura Verities and Wheat Sieve are the best choice. If you don't have Kagura's Verity, with shift is definitely 5. If you have refinement 5 with shift, it will be the best. One of the best weapon for Yae Miko right now. And Yae Miko is a character that focuses on her elemental skill instead of her elemental burst. So Kagura Verity is her first choice. Especially you can see Kagura's Verity, her passive is mainly focused on her elemental skill. But Receive is the weapon that have chance to deal higher burst damage than Kagura's Verity. Especially if you are a Refinement 5 with Shift, then the Refinement 5 with Shift would sometimes have a higher burst compared to Kagura's Verity. So you can choose which weapon you actually want to play because both of them have their own advantage. If you want to focus more on elemental skill, then just go for Kagura's Verity unless you don't have. If you don't have, then you have no choice. Just play with Shift and use that chance to burst a higher damage than Kagura's Verity. So there are two types of team build for Yae Miko. The first one is Kokomi, Yae, Bennett and Sucrose. With this team build, you are mainly aim for electro charge damage to deal the damage to the monster. Then Bennett and Sucrose are for the control and damage boosts. And then the next team is Yae Miko, Raiden, Kazuha and Bennett. Yeah, the changes are not that big, but this is a pure damage from Yae Miko and Raiden Shogun, focusing on elemental burst to burst the monster. With Raiden and Kazuha in the team, your Yae Miko elemental burst damage will increase a lot, and I believe these are the team that most players are using it right now. Honestly, I think she's not at her peak performance yet because her real artifact is not released yet. I believe her artifact will release very soon and she will be a monster in Genshin Impact open world. I know some players are quite disappointed with Yae Miko gameplay, but if you are playing Constellation 0 Yae Miko right now, try to play her burst. This will be your better choice until Genshin release Yae Miko artifacts. And we're going to see how is her artifacts work. I believe the artifact will be focused more on Yae Miko's elemental skill because her constellations and weapon are basically focusing on her elemental skill instead of her elemental burst. And Genshin players who have money to pull for character constellation are some rich players, which are Genshin's most important customer. So I believe Yae Miko's artifact going to be focused on her elemental skill. So okay, that's it for today's video. So when Genshin released Yae Miko artifacts, I will make another video about Yae Miko again, and I hope this video helped you, and thanks for watching my video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Sayonara.